For intraday scalper, if you see from 2088, price is constantly going down. It is making higher high with higher low. Last week it tried, but it could not go below 2001. That is your psychological level, and you can see every time it go down, there is so much FOMO for gold buyer. They just buy. On this intraday chart, technically price is making higher high with higher low. So technically it is downtrend, especially below 2058 resistance. This is strong horizontal resistance level. You can see how many times price tested this level. So below 2058 we are again varies on gold. Last week price made almost double top at 2058. After that it almost collapsed to 2000 level, but last time it went up. And this bearish trend started with Fed Waller speech, same as expected. He gave hawkish speech, and they are saying they do not want to cut interest rate as market expecting, and they are also saying if inflation keep rising, that is your high CPI number, then they will not cut. And another important thing which Fed Waller said, and which is shocking to everyone, inflation came because of increase in money supply, and that will not go back to pre-pandemic level until they decrease that money supply. And that single line is most hawkish from FOMC member. Then in last it was retail sale, but you can see starting Fed Waller speech it was collapsing, and one by one all the FOMC member who gave speech last week, all of them were hawkish. And Fed Vostik said higher for longer. He was dovish, but now he's saying higher for longer. The same line which you saw last year in September month. And most shocking thing, when price bent up after correction, then it collapsed again from 2040 level. That means 61% retracement from top to bottom. It came after Fed Goolsbee speech. Almost in all speech last year he said only one thing: soft landing dream. But first time last week he was hawkish, and that was complete change in tone. And he is saying if inflation keep raising, then they will hike. If inflation go down, then only they will cut interest rate. And he did not say it about soft landing dream. This is first time. For intraday scalper 2058 big horizontal resistance, that was your first impulsive wave, counter trend 61% retracement. New wave has made new lower low, and it has also made 61% retracement. So these two levels 2040 and 58 are big resistance. Below these two levels gold is bearish, and blackout period has begun. No FOMC member will say anything. So don't be shocked if gold go anywhere without any news, because this week hedge fund will have complete freedom on gold. Since these FOMC members were hawkish and gold was collapsing, you can expect Fed FOMC speech can be hawkish. And if Fed give hawkish speech, then it will collapse more. So that's why this week below these two levels gold is bearish, especially below 2040 level. And for bigger picture, for trend above 2058 and 2000 level, H4 chart, you have this trend line, it break out. Now this trend line is testing, and last week price did a fake breakout of this trend line, then it made new lower low. So on H4, you again have lower low with lower high, a technical downtrend, and static horizontal support level near $2,000. If this level break out, then all sentiment will change instantly. And what will be next support? 1930 or 1980? We will decide after Fed FOMC speech, not before that. Before FOMC meeting, we can only say gold staying below 2058 until war increase again this week. Daily chart is still making uptrend from 1620 and big support is 1800. Above this level technically is bullish, and this trend line zone. Price did fake breakout last week, but again price making big support on this trend line zone. If it break out and one of these support level breakout, then sentiment can change. And if you watch closely, then this also look like a head and shoulder chart pattern. So this trend line is your neckline. But breakout of these level depends on news this week. This week you have many central bank interest rate decision, and you can expect big market action again this week. Your big USD news this week will be 25 on Thursday, jobs claim and core PCE. Core PCE on quarterly basis is already at 2%. If it goes down, that means below 2%, that will be good bullish sign for gold. And in FOMC speech, Fed has already said because on quarterly basis their 2% inflation target have achieved, that's why they are cutting interest rate. And last week biggest risks, because war is still happening, top to bottom gold trend, but inflation expectations are still collapsing. So this core PCE will be big news before FOMC meeting this week. Then last on Friday, your monthly and yearly PCE number. If all of those number goes down, gold bullish, otherwise gold bearish. They have already said high CPI number was noise, so everything again depends on core PCE number this week. So technically daily chart from 1620 to 2150 is technically bullish, higher high with higher low. And this trend line, if trend line breaks this week, sentiment will change instantly, but above this trend line gold is bullish technically, but FOMC is still bearish.
You know, I think what happens in the next year, the 6 rate cuts, that's a pipe dream if we have a soft landing. That's not happening. We'll get 2 or 3.
Weekly chart, after so many attempts, price tried 2 times breaking this support zone and closing is below support zone near 2030. Same like we expected last time. For scalper, this area near 2010 is big horizontal support level. If it break out, then only 1930. That's why last week you saw instant rejection near 2000 level. Monthly chart, I have been saying since December FOMC meeting last week. Now there is no chance that they will cut in this FOMC meeting. And there is a big doubt on March FOMC meeting, which we cannot decide before Fed FOMC speech. If you remember this 2018, when they changed their QT last time, started in 2013, ended in 2018. Then bullish trend of gold started. If they only stopped QT and stay there, like Fed Waller said, then this is bearish for gold. For this triple top to break out, you need again increasing balance sheet size. The most famous speech from Davos last week was Argentina president speech. If they implement those things, then nothing can stop soft landing. And still, it is too early to say about March rate cut, and they gave warning last week.
The problem is that if you cut rates, then that totally solidifies expectations of the direction of travel. And that is hard to unwind.
So on monthly chart, we are bearish below 2075 until next FOMC meeting. After that, we will decide what next. For scalper, you focus only on these two horizontal resistance level.